So this is day 3 of our reflection on how to do 2023 a little bit better. I'm only going to do 4 days on this before we pivot, but I do want to challenge you to think about how you could live 23 with a little bit more thoughtful intentionality to try and be growing and changing and becoming more Christ-like through the way you order your heart and the way you order your loves and the way you order your time. Um, we are told that God will eventually get us to the place he needs us to be, right? That whole sanctification process, which is a partnership between God and us. Salvation is by grace through Christ alone. We don't contribute to our salvation, but in the sanctification process, right, in the process of actually becoming better, moving into our realizing our salvation and seeing that fully played out, that's a partnership in which we are expected to do what we can do. And so it is a long pull. I will say that. Did a podcast a few weeks ago interviewing Bob Merritt, pastor of one of the 10 largest churches in the United States, and I was interviewing him on his book, which is called. I can't think of what it's called, but his book was on, Done With That was the title. And he was reflecting on how he had stayed stuck around anger. And we were reflecting on how difficult it is to grow, how few people grow, how we see people sort of stuck and feel stuck in some senses, in some of the same sins. So what I want to say is there's a whole lot of things that are going to happen that are outside of our control, right? I mean, the earth is going to, race around the sun, whatever that is. I think we're traveling at, 69,000 miles per hour, and I think the earth travels like 500 million miles a year in all that it's doing. All of that is going to happen, and all kinds of other things are going to happen that we cannot control. You cannot change your heart. You cannot decide to not be so angry. You cannot decide to change your heart so that it's not angry. You cannot decide to just will your way to become more like Christ. There's things that we can do, there's things that we can't do. But one of the things that we can do, there are things that we can do that position us for the Spirit of God to move. There are habits, there are practices, there are tools, there are resources, there are opportunities that are before you right now that you can lean into. And if you do your part, right, the Spirit of God does its part. So a couple of things just to throw out for you to think about. More of this in 23 and less of that. So more time reading the Bible. I mean, the Bible and Bible reading and Bible reflection is one of the primary ways that God is going to change your thinking and change your heart. More time in prayer. Again, I think prayer and Bible reading are probably 1 and 2 in terms of being the most efficacious in terms of their habits that have the highest payback. More time in reflection and solitude, reflecting on your life, right? I mean, we tend to fill lots of minutes, and increasingly we're filling that with drivel, with entertainment. Nothing wrong with entertainment. I'm not down on entertainment, but there's a difference between sort of amusing ourselves, not thinking, and the kind of quiet reflection in which we can hear the still small voice of God. So I want to encourage you, more Bible reading, more prayer, like more silence, less time surfing the internet. I think those will be pivotal kinds of actions that will help you see more growth in 23. Have a good day.